9 feet, it contained a record 122 developing eggs. 40. In July 2023, local hunters captured and killed a 19-foot-long Burmese python in Florida's Big Cypress National Preserve. 41. Behavior. Burmese pythons are mainly nocturnal rainforest dwellers. 42. When young, they are equally at home on the ground and in trees, but as they gain girth, they tend to restrict most of their movements to the ground. They are also excellent swimmers, being able to stay submerged for up to half an hour. Burmese pythons spend the majority of their time hidden in the underbrush. In the northern parts of its range, the Burmese python may groom it for some months during the cold season in a hollow tree, a hole in the riverbank, or under rocks. Brumation, 43, is biologically distinct from hibernation. While the behavior has similar benefits, allowing organisms to endure the winter without moving, it also involves the preparation of both male and female reproductive organs for the upcoming breeding season. The Florida population also goes through brumation. 44. They tend to be solitary and are usually found in pairs only when mating. Burmese pythons breed in early spring, with females laying clutches of 12-36 eggs in March or April. They remain with the eggs until they hatch, wrapping around them and twitching their muscles in such a way as to raise the ambient temperature around the eggs by several degrees. Once the hatchlings use their egg tooth to cut their way out of their eggs, no further maternal care is given. The newly hatched babies often remain inside their eggs until they are ready to complete their first shedding of skin, after which they hunt for their first meal. 45. Diet. Like all snakes, the Burmese python is carnivorous. Its diet consists primarily of birds and mammals, but also includes amphibians and reptiles. It is a sit-and-wait predator, meaning it spends most of its time staying relatively still, waiting for prey to approach, then striking rapidly. 46. The snake grabs a prey animal with its sharp teeth, then wraps its body around the animal to kill it through constriction. 47. The python then swallows its prey whole. It is often found near human habitation due to the presence of rats, mice, and other vermin as a food source. However, its equal affinity for domesticated birds and mammals means it is often treated as a pest. In captivity, its diet consists primarily of commercially available appropriately sized rats, graduating to larger prey such as rabbits and poultry as it grows. As an invasive species in Florida, Burmese pythons primarily eat a variety of small mammals including foxes, rabbits, and raccoons. Due to the high predation levels, they have been implicated in the decline and even disappearance of many mammal species. 34. In their invasive range, pythons also eat birds and occasionally other reptiles. Exceptionally large pythons may even require larger food items such as pigs or goats, and are known to have attacked and eaten alligators and adult deer in Florida. 48. 49. Digestion. The digestive response of Burmese pythons to such large prey has made them a model species for digestive physiology. Its sit-and-wait hunting style is characterized by long fasting periods in between meals, with Burmese pythons typically feeding every month or two, but sometimes fasting for as long as 18 months. 46. As digestive tissues are energetically costly to maintain, they are downregulated during fasting periods to conserve energy when they are not in use. 50. A fasting python has a reduced stomach volume and acidity, reduced intestinal mass, and a normal heart volume. After ingesting prey, the entire digestive system undergoes a massive remodeling, with rapid hypertrophy of the intestines, production of stomach acid, and a 40% increase in mass of the ventricle of the heart to fuel the digestive process. 51. During digestion, the snake's oxygen consumption rises drastically as well, increasing with meal size by 17 to 40 times its resting rate. 46. This dramatic increase is a result of the energetic cost of restarting many aspects of the digestive system, from rebuilding the stomach and small intestine to producing hydrochloric acid to be secreted in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid production is a significant component of the energetic cost of digestion, as digesting whole prey items requires the animal to be broken down without the use of teeth, either for chewing or tearing into smaller pieces. To compensate, once food has been ingested, Burmese pythons begin producing large amounts of acid to make the stomach acidic enough to turn the food into a semi-liquid that can be passed through to the small intestine and undergo the rest of the digestive process. The energy cost is highest in the first few days after eating, when these regenerative processes are most active, meaning Burmese pythons rely on existing food energy storage to digest a new meal. 46. 52. Overall, the entire digestive process from food intake to defecation lasts 14 days. 50. Conservation. Leather goods and skins of Burmese pythons and reticulated pythons, Malayo-python reticulatus, at a local shop at Mandalay, Myanmar. The Burmese python is listed on CITES Appendix 2.1. It has been listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List since 2012, as the wild population is estimated to have declined by at least 30% in the first decade of the 21st century due to habitat loss and over-harvesting. 1. To maintain Burmese python populations, the IUCN recommends increased conservation legislation and enforcement at the national and international levels to reduce harvesting across the snake's native range. The IUCN also recommends increased research into its population ecology and threats. In Hong Kong, it is a protected species under Wild Animals Protection Ordinance Cap 170. It is also protected in Thailand, Vietnam, China, and Indonesia. However, it is still common only in Hong Kong and Thailand, with rare to very rare statuses in the rest of its range. In captivity, audience volunteers holding an adult Burmese python and amnestic Burmese python at a zoo in Japan. Burmese pythons are often sold as pets, and are mad popular by their attractive ecoloration and apparently easygoing nature. However, they have a rapid growth rate, and can exceed 2.1 m, 6 feet 11 in length in a year if power-fed. However, this may cause health issues in the future. By age 4, they will have reached their adult size, though they continue growing very slowly throughout their lives, which may exceed 20 years. Although the species has a reputation for docility, they are very powerful animals capable of inflicting severe bites and even killing by constriction. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. They also consume large amounts of food, and due to their size, require large, often custom-built, secure enclosures. As a result, some are released into the wild, and become invasive species that devastate the environment. For this reason, some jurisdictions, including Florida, due to the python invasion in the Everglades, 59, have placed restrictions in the keeping of Burmese pythons as pets. Violators could be imprisoned for more than 7 years or fined $500,000 if convicted. Burmese pythons are opportunistic feeders. Winking sad smiley 60. They eat almost any time food is offered, and often act hungry even when they have recently eaten. As a result, they are often overfed, causing obesity-related problems to be common in captive Burmese pythons. Like the much smaller ball python, Burmese pythons are known to be easygoing or timid creatures, which means that if cared for properly, they can easily adjust to living near humans. 61. Handling. Although pythons are typically afraid of people due to their great stature, and generally avoid them, special care is still required when handling them. Given their adult strength, Multiple handlers, up to 1 person per meter of snake, are usually recommended. 62. Some jurisdictions require owners to hold special licenses, and as with any wild animal being kept in captivity, treating them with the respect an animal of this size commands is important. 63. Variations. Caramel Burmese python. The Burmese python is frequently captive bred for color, pattern and more recently, size. Its animalistic form is especially popular and is the most widely available morph. This morph is white with patterns in butterscotch yellow and burnt orange. Also, labyrinth specimens with maze-like patterns, khaki-colored green, and granite with many small angular spots are available. Breeder Shave recently begun working with an island lineage of Burmese pythons. Early reports indicate that these dwarf Burmese python shave slightly different coloring and pattern from their mainland relatives and do not grow much over 2.1 m, 6 feet 11 in length. One of the most sought after of these variations is the leucistic Burmese. This particular variety is very rare, being entirely bright white with no pattern and blue eyes, and has only in 2008/2009 been reproduced in captivity as the homozygous form, referred to as super by reptile keepers, of the codominant thipomelanistic trait. The caramel Burmese python has a caramel-colored pattern with milk chocolate eyes. See also. Inclusion. Body disease, a viral disease affecting pythons. References. Stewart, B. Nguyen, TQ, by N. Grisma.
Good. Let's close the video.